It was a little deja vu tonight for the A's. Regardless, they got it done tonight on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am your host, Booney. You know, one name, all passion. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen of the day. I'm from the Bay Area, and I've been a diehard A's fan since '81. This isn't just another A's podcast. This is the most informative and insightful show on the A's, period. We cover the A's every single day, breaking down games, delivering the latest team news, and giving you deep, thoughtful analysis you will not find anywhere else. If it's happening in Sacramento or in Las Vegas, we got you covered. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. And please hit that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. Stick around. This is Locked On A's, where we don't just recap wins, we celebrate the fight. And guys, it was a fight tonight. And nothing's ever easy. Another night, another center fielder miscue. And the A's are more than happy to cash the check. Yesterday, it was Leody Taveras with the Rangers in the bottom of the ninth. And tonight, it was Luis Robert Jr. in the bottom of the fifth. With the White Sox up 3-1 in the fifth, Jacob Wilson lined a two-out single to center. Routine stuff, right? Until Luis Robert Jr. fumbled the ball like it was a live grenade. J.J. Bleday and Tyler Soderstrom came flying around to score, tying the game at 3 and flipping the momentum squarely on the A's side. I thought that was the biggest play of the game. By the way, if you guys didn't know, Wilson already launched his third homer of the season earlier in the game to tie the game at 1. Wilson's doing damage, man. Him and Soderstrom, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. In the seventh, the A's offense delivered another clutch two-out rally, this time courtesy of Brent Rooker. Brent Rooker had a huge hit. An RBI double followed up by an RBI single by Soderstrom, who finished the night with 3 hits and the kind of swagger you want in your young core. And when the ninth inning rolled around, it was time for Mason Miller, but Jacob Wilson doubled in the ninth, and we tacked on, which would be a much needed insurance run, because Miller gave up his first 2 runs of the season on a Brooks Baldwin 2-run bomb to cut the score to 6-5. And then Carlos Quiro hit a shot to the wall that I thought was going to get out. It was close, but we got it done, guys. We got it done. Oh my God. Yeah. Jesus, big win. We came out flat. But Soderstrom and Wilson are absolutely right now carrying us. Tonight they were combined. Were they 6 of 8 tonight? As they should. Love Jacob Wilson. It was a great game. It really was a really, really good game, man. I've said it. I had the Locked On White Sox guy on for a show on Thursday, and I told him the thing with the White Sox, and the thing I said with the Rangers as well, you can't overlook anybody. These are still professional baseball players, and you got to come in with the same sense of urgency. And the way the A's were playing, I said, if we don't watch our steps, they're going to beat us. They're going to take 2 of 3, and they were on pace to do that tonight. But the key play was Luis Roberts' boot in the bottom of the 5th. I thought that was the biggest play of the game. It was 2 outs during that time, right? So it was huge, man. Lawrence Butler had a rough one, 0 for 5 with 4 Ks. Rooker, I was okay with. He hit the ball hard his first couple at bats. First 2 at bats, just line shots to center. Just didn't fall. Yeah, Yeah, no, there's no question about it. Absolutely. I mean, yes and no. It was a Sevy type performance. Jay Poo, it was 6 innings, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 runs. It was a Sevy type of performance. I don't think he was spectacular. You got to remember he was also facing the White Sox lineup. So you thought so? I thought he was Severino. You know what I mean? So I thought it was a good outing. It's a good quality start. I didn't think he was like he was on Sunday against the Brewers, and he wasn't like he was opening night against the Mariners, right? But he wasn't like he was in his bad outings either. I thought it was a solid start. I didn't think it was anything spectacular, Gravity. I thought it was a solid night. I didn't think he was spectacular, but I thought he was solid. I thought it was a good, solid start for Sevy. Yeah, no, I'm with you. You want to hear the crazy part is coming into the season, go in the off season. My 2 big concerns were Jacob Wilson and Tyler Soderstrom. That's who I was concerned about, because when Jacob Wilson was up last year, he struggled. He wasn't the best. He was okay. And this spring, he was okay. And Soderstrom had an awful spring. And boy, they've sure proven me wrong. Hey, Pete. The Golden Knights in the playoffs right now, RD. I do not follow hockey. I am just not a hockey guy. Or is it still regular season where they're trying to figure out the seedings? I think is it playoffs right now? I'm not sure. Hey, Levi, nothing but hit. Nothing but hit. The guy was hitting when he was started hitting when he was in his crib. He is nutty. His average is up to 347. 347, man. And just big hits. 2-1 in the playoffs. What seed are they? Are they the 1 or the 2? Is it a 8-1 matchup or a 7-2? Switch JJ with Butler at Rooker. JJ is he's batting 5th. My A's bias. Where do you want him? He started off at 3rd. So he's been 3rd most of the year to start the year. And then Soderstrom got hot. Bleday got cold. So Bleday's batting 5th. And what do you want to bat him? 2? I mean, I'm open to anything, but I think Rooker's starting to hit the ball. Kurtz is who I thought he was, right? What everyone's forgetting. So there's a show earlier this week where I had the play-by-play guy from the Aviators, and we talked about Nick Kurtz. And you got to remember, before Kurtz just got called up, he was in a 3 for 23 slump in Vegas, striking out a lot. He struck out about 27% of the time, which is unlike Kurtz. And he said that just the pitchers are making adjustments to him. I like Kurtz. I like him a lot, right? I think he is going to be the real deal. I'm glad they brought him up as far as the energy he brings, but I don't like the fact that he's taking away at bats from Andahar. Right now in their careers, right now as we speak today, Miguel Andahar and Nick Kurtz, there's no comparison as far as a major league hitter. Miguel Andahar is the real deal. Kurtz is going to get there. I mean, Kurtz and Andahar, when their careers is done, it's not even going to be close. Kurtz is the man. I'm not saying he's not. But if we're talking about today, there's not a comparison. Miguel Andahar is a much better hitter than he is. That's just a fact. Andahar is the real deal. If he stays healthy, he's nutty. I think you got to talk about Soderstrom and Wilson. I don't think there's any question about that, right? You got Soderstrom, who is in the top 10 of 3 categories: home runs, RBIs, and runs. Wilson, right now, he just moved to 9th in the all of baseball and batting average. It's tough. It's tough. I think right now it's just going to be Soderstrom. Not right now he isn't, RD. Right now he is not. And for the last month he has not been. But yeah, he will be. He will be. No question. He will be. I have no doubt about that. And you go, me too. I saw that the one he fielded in left field. It was the double in the eighth. I'm like, ugh, that looked a little shaky. Not over Andahar. No, Andahar's. I mean, I don't know why people. I don't know why constantly, and it's just not you. Constantly, Andahar is getting written off. It is the most nuttiest thing I've ever seen. Andahar, every year he is coming through. He's batting 310 right now, 774 OPS. And you want Schumann over Andahar? I mean, Andahar's no joke. If you want to say Schumann over Urshela, I'm okay with that. Or Schumann over Urias, even though I think Urias is pretty darn good, I'm okay with that. Sorry, Levi. Yes, Mason Miller. Yeah. So Tyler and Mason Miller. My fault. Absolutely, Levi. That's my bad. My mistake. RD, I agree. I think the only guy that you're going to really trade right now for some pitching that you could afford to lose is going to be Andahar, right? He's going to be an unrestricted free agent next year. And he's hitting. His value is still high. I doubt we're going to sign him back. So I think Andahar would be the guy that we would trade. Gravity, I would love that. It means we're winning. We reached the 500 mark today, guys. 13-13. So that was a big deal. Muncy went yard today? Good. I like Muncy, man. Muncy's going to be another one that's going to be real good. You got to remember with these guys, so young. Muncy, 22 years old, right? Kurtz, 22 years old. Jacob, 23. Soderstrom, 23. Come on. It's amazing what these guys are doing. Already, I said that a while ago. I said the team they got going to Vegas in 2028 reminds me a lot of 72, 73, 74 A's. And why does it remind me of those teams is because when they were in Kansas City first before they came to Oakland, they all played together. They developed that chemistry, that bond. And you could see the same thing happening right now. So it's pretty darn cool. I hope so. I'm not opposed to that. My A's, I don't disagree with that at all. I don't disagree with that at all. I'm with you. That's not a bad call whatsoever. Yeah. Defensively, we still stink, man. How many plays have you guys seen where JJ Bleday is diving face forward and can't make the play? Now, they're tough plays, granted. One time can we get it? And that was in the top of the fifth when the second run scored. So they have been giving him tons and tons of reps at third base, Gravity. They have been. And I'm all for Andahar playing third. I want him to play third base. But obviously, if they're giving him reps and they're not comfortable enough to put him there, there's something to be said about that, right? So I don't know. I'm all for it. It makes us a different team if Andahar can play third base. That's for sure. Yep. Texas won tonight, 2-0. I hate Texas. I'm glad we took 2 out of 3. He plays center field. He just doesn't play a good center field, RT. I think that's the whole thing. He just doesn't sell out on plays, man. It's good to get these wins, guys. You know, it's real. I still don't think we're playing our best baseball. When Jacob Wilson and Tyler Soderstrom is carrying the load for you, which is good. And we got to 13-13 and we're two games out. I think that's a really, really good thing. There's still a lot of things that we need to worry about, right? We don't play real hard. We we came into this game, first 5-6 innings, we didn't give real competitive at-bats. A lot of first pitch swinging, which is something we do. But again, we didn't have that sense of urgency. Yeah. Yeah. Hugo, I'm more worried about Butler's body language and what seems to be just the same thing I've seen for a while from Butler is somebody who is, when he's playing well and things are going well for him, he is smiling from cheek to cheek. And when he faces some sort of adversity, it's tough. 2025. I like the 87 call because the 87 call was really, really good player. No, you know who I like? I like the 2001, the Moneyball A's. That's the year. I think that's what this team reminds me of. It reminds me of that team without the Moneyball concept because I don't buy that Moneyball concept. So you got to remember, right? The difference being that team was headed with pitching, but all the same type of deal. You had Barry Zito, who was a top 10 pick. Nick Kurtz, top 10 pick. You had Mark Mulder, who was the number 2 pick overall. You had a legitimate star in Miguel Tejada. You had a all-star that we obtained in the sign and trade from Kansas City and Jermaine Dye. So that's who it reminds me of. It reminds me of that team. Just because that, with the only difference, that team was led with pitching, but all draft picks, all strong draft picks. This team led by draft picks, but hitting. Any format you love seeing realistic, rejoin the team. I think Chris Bassett. Yeah. So here's the question, though, guys. Who do we replace in the rotation, right? I mean, you can't replace Springs. You can't replace, you're not going to replace Severino. You're not going to replace Sears. I like JT Ginn. Badeau, he's only had really one bad outing. I don't mind that either. I don't mind that call either. Gravity, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. The only thing with that team, a little bit more free. Well, we still have some free agents here. That's a good call. I would say 87 or 01. 87 or 01. And the only reason I use the 01 is just because of the draft picks. Yeah, Shador. I hope we play in Sacramento. I hope we don't leave that. That's still the home, right? That's still where we're playing. Not that I like Sacramento. I just don't want. I just think the attention the team's gotten and everything off the field. You guys know how I feel about that. I think it's a joke. I didn't like Butler's comments again the other day with regard to him commenting on Nick Kurtz's debut and commenting he's playing in a minor league ballpark. He doesn't have. It's just. To be honest, guys, I said it in the show in the crossover. I don't mind if we trade Lawrence Butler. I really don't. I have no problem moving Lawrence Butler if we get the right pieces. I think Lawrence Butler, for as talented as he is and as good as he is, and you got to remember, all offseason, all last year, offseason, coming into the year, I'm a Lawrence Butler guy. I'm saying MVP, best player in the league. Even when we did that crossover with the division previews, I said Lawrence Butler's a better player than Yordan Alvarez. I was making all sorts of wild statements. He ain't there yet, RD Moss. He's not there yet, man. He'll be there in a couple of years. He's not going to be there this year. Kurtz is going to have a hard time this year. If they're making adjustments to him in the minor leagues and he can't hit minor league pitching, in a ballpark, in a city, in a league that is known for hitting, he ain't going to do it in a major league ballpark. He's going to be the man. Don't get me wrong. He's going to be the man. But we got to give him time. We got to give him time too, though. I don't know, Bill. I watched the White Sox broadcast today. I watched the White Sox broadcast. So yeah, I didn't do that. Yeah, it's all what we would get in return, right? I don't think they're going to do that. That's me. You know, when you're a fan, you can afford to make outrageous comments like that. But yeah. I think she tries real hard, Bamboo. I mean, it's nothing. I think she tries super hard. I think her heart's into it. I don't think it's her fault. You know, I think that they wanted to make that type of hire, and the A's did. If I'm her, I mean, what do you do? She tries super hard. It's not on her. Were you there tonight? How was it tonight, Senior? Was it fun? Yeah, I don't know if the players are starting to buy in yet. I don't know if about that. Yeah, I like Kerry too. He's really good. I enjoyed when he was on it. 100%. Oh, really? If you say, yeah, I'm not, I don't, the players aren't there yet. The players aren't there yet. When they weren't there tonight. They got into it late in the game, but I tell you this much, if Luis Robert Jr. doesn't boot that ball in the fifth, I don't think we win that game. So here's what we got as far as starting pitching in the minor leagues. You got a kid by the name of Gunnar Hoglund. Gunnar Hoglund's probably the best pitcher in AAA right now. He is Gunnar Hoglund. We got in the Matt Chapman trade in 2022. He was a first round pick in 2021 out of Mississippi, 19th overall. He's doing okay right now. 5 starts, 24 innings, 2.92 ERA, 25 Ks, 6 base on balls. The other guy is probably Mason Barnett. We got last year in the Lucas Ursay trade. 3rd round pick out of Auburn in 2022. 4.91 ERA. He's ranked as our number 3 prospect. And the other guy you really want to keep an eye on is a kid in AA, Midland. He's our top international prospect, Luis Morales. His last two starts have been lights out. He's supposed to be our top prospect. Then we have a couple really good international prospects in single A. So yeah, we do have a few. When they leave after the game, players are buying in. Here's the Senior. I agree with you. Here's the problem I have with that statement. You're a professional, and if you're just starting to buy in now after you're getting paid, that's an issue to me. That's an issue. They're not there yet. They're not yet. Lawrence Butler's not there yet. That's obvious. I think half of them are buying in. I think the young core of players are bought in because they're fighting for something. They're fighting for a contract. And here's why I'm hard on Butler. I believe if Butler didn't sign his extension in the offseason and was still not on contract, right? I think he'd be playing harder. That's my opinion. I did. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I like Sachs. I liked him as a ball player. He was a grinder. That's for sure. I agree. And I'm not a big fan of Dallas Braden either. I don't care if he's with Kerry or anything. Everything to Dallas Braden's a joke. Funny. I'm not a Braden guy either. Not a big Dallas Braden guy. I have to disagree here. If you trade Butler, this is a player you remove this earlier will hurt the locker room. You know what I think my A's bias? I think Butler's hurting the locker room now. you have a grindy game where you're 6-3 up. You've come back, and he takes it at bat in the 9th inning, strikes out for the 4th time, and almost a meaningless at bat, right? What's he do? Throws his batting helmet, throws his bat on the ground. You know what that tells me? That tells me he's a guy that would rather perform well than win, versus a guy that wants to win first and perform second. I think Butler thinks only of himself. And like I said, this is coming from somebody that did nothing but praise Butler. I hate his body language right now, and I hated it in the first half of the year last year before he got set down, and he's doing the same crap. I don't think he does. I hope I'm wrong. Jay Poo, I hope I'm wrong. See, if somebody loved the team and his teammates, like you're saying, you know what they do? They strike out for the 4th time. They go grab their glove and they freaking get out. They don't let their body language affect everyone else around them. It's a selfish play. Any good third baseman? So when you're thinking of third baseman, you got to think of, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a third. Brent Harris is your guy. Bill. Brent Harris came up last year. 2-time WCC player out of Gonzaga. This guy is a young Matt Chapman, and he's starting to hit. He's better than Kurtz at the plate right now. He was raking. But he got hurt. If Harris didn't get hurt, Harris is coming up and not Kurtz. This is the numbers he was putting up in Vegas. The guy is just, and that was his big thing, right? Because right now, defensively, he's an elite defender, like Gold Glove type caliber defensively, but he couldn't hit. But so far this year, 373, 3 bombs, 11 RBIs, OPS 1086. He is nutty. So Brent Harris would be our guy. That's the thing about Brent Harris. Elite defensively. He is our best defender in the organization, hands down, not close. Like, he is not to his level, but he's a potential Gold Glove type defensive player. No, Geloff second base. Right? We're not going to mess around with that. I mean, Gio Urshela's doing okay. You know, he had a good series against the Rangers when it counted. He went 5 for 8. The positive 3 dubs. Yeah. Those were some real announcers. Those were some. I hope when we're talking about. So here's what's a little misleading on the attendance. So you have 10,000 seats. Those have all been sold out. Okay, done every time. There's 4,000 available spots, what they estimate, on the grass. I've been to about, how many games have I been to? 4 or 5 games. Walked around there the other day. I mean, it's a squeeze to pack 4K in there, man. So it's misleading. It's misleading as hell. I think the attendance is going to stay around 10 grand, and I think that's still a good draw. I don't like the 14,000 number they do, because 4,000 of the seats or whatever it is an estimate of what they can fit on the lawn. And if you're going to go 4,000 on the lawn, it's going to be pretty damn packed out there. Yeah, yep. Gravity, I'm with you there. I've been saying that since the beginning. I love Urias at third. 100%. The kid's a professional hitter. You got to remember, Urias was a top prospect as well. So how we look at like guys like Soderstrom, how we look at guys like Muncy and all those guys, Urias was that guy. And then he got hurt. And so he's just kind of been shuffling around. But he's starting to get and last year, I believe, with a few years back with Milwaukee, he hit 20-something bombs. He can play, man. He can play. Stop it, Jay Souls. Stop it. I saw that the other day. You know what team you're missing in there? You're missing a team. Who's the team you're missing? Dodgers. Dodgers are in that group, man. They play, here's what they got. So we have, this is brutal. 4 in Texas next week, 3 in Miami, 3 in back home for 3 against Seattle, the Giants at home, and then the Dodgers on the road, something like that. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, I believe you there, 100%. What I'm saying is buying in to each other and a culture that's going to be winning baseball, right? That's what I'm talking about. As far as I'm sure you're right, Senior. If that's what you mean, I apologize. Yeah, I believe that, and that's great. And I think that relationship should be there, 1,000%. I hear you. But was it cold out there tonight, Senior? It looked cold. But I see what you're saying with regard to that. Yeah, 3 years. Right now, well, I don't know. Right now it's the Athletics. But it was a good win. Tomorrow, Jeffrey Springs on the hill. We need an outing from him, right? He needs to compete. Our bullpen got a little bit taxed tonight. We'll have Ferguson available. I saw that. Okay. That's good. Are you going tomorrow? Yeah, I that's the only issue I have with Kurtz, guys, is not Kurtz himself. And if we are going to bring him up, he has to play. So that I agree with, but I have a problem that we're taking time away from Andahar because Andahar is just a better player. Simple as that. Jeffrey Springs feels like a piece we are going to compete. Compete. I said it all at the beginning of the year during the offseason. I said Jeffrey Springs is the biggest piece to this whole team. Because in 2022, Jeffrey Springs was one of the best left-handers in all of baseball. And if he gets back to any of that, we have something. He hasn't been. He got hit hard in spring training. He's getting hit hard now. And the problem with him, and I had a crossover show with the guys from the Devil Rays just after the trade. And they said the big concern they had with Jeffrey Springs was the velocity on his fastball. Because his fastball velocity came down a couple miles per hour. And they were right. Because when your out pitch is a changeup and you're topping out at 91 versus 93, 94, that changeup looks a whole lot different. It's a good call. A lot of people call him Jim Thome. I think he's better than them. You know, he's supposed to be a lot less swing and miss. And I think Kurtz is going to be the man. I really do. I really do. Oh, is that right? I Sacramento Bridge with the sign Sacramento underneath. I think I have it. Yeah. I got this. You talking about this one? I got that on opening night, if that's the one you're talking about. And a Bleday and Andahar for Sonny Gray. I like that. I would do that. The thing is, though, Bleday has how many? Bleday's going to come up to his. I think Bleday has 3 years left under team control. Oh, new era fitted. Okay, different logo, or does it look the same? That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I love Sonny Gray. I just don't know if we're giving up too much there, but Sonny Gray's a top of the man rotation guy. How old's Sonny Gray? Check that. I'm interested in that, Grav. I'm interested in that, man. That's interesting. I want to see how old Sonny Gray is. Sonny Gray, 35 though. And he signed so 35 years old. What do you got with old Sonny Gray? It's interesting. Sonny Gray. Here's the problem too, though. He's making $25 million this year. $35 million next year, $30 million club option in 2027. And then he's an unrestricted free agent in 2028. That's the issue. Let's see with Bleday how much time we got with team control with Bleday. I'm not giving up on Bleday yet. See, Bleday, we still have 3 more years of team control. That's the only reason I don't like it. I mean, no, if we had Sonny Gray right now, Pete, I mean, he's definitely a boost to our rotation. There's no question about it. So as far as helping us now, I think he does. I think he helps us now for sure. But I don't think he's good long term. That's my point. And he's not worth $35 million a year. And I don't think you can give up a guy like Bleday with 3 years left of club control. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I do too, man. I do too. Bleday had the same type of start last year, right? Slow. He was in a 3 for 40 slump in July, and then he got going. He'll be all right. He's hitting the ball hard. He had some good contact last against Texas. He hit the ball hard tonight. We're all right. I like Bleday. We're fine. We don't need. Let's make sure the trade makes sense. We can't force anything. Plus, who do we got to put in center field? Right? It's not like we don't have good outfielders in the minor leagues right now. We don't have major league ready outfielders to play outfield. Nobody. A little bit. I have high hopes for Estuary too as well. I think it was the right call to get rid of him and trade him. Right. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I just think my point is I think he's a guy that helps us. If we were to get Sonny Gray tomorrow, we're a better team. That's all I'm saying. We're a better team. Not at that price. I don't think not for Bleday. So yeah, we do. A lot of J's. Joey Estes, Jeffrey Springs, how about Justin Sterner? Justin Sterner extended his inning streak. I got to give you guys the Justin Sterner update. He pitched today. He pitched an inning. I think he pitched an inning today. Let's see what Justin Sterner pitched. An inning and a third. All right. So Justin Sterner right now is at 12 and 2/3 innings for the regular season of no earned runs, plus 12 innings of no run ball in spring training. So 24 and 2/3 innings without a run for Justin Sterner. That's pretty good. Yeah, Sterner got the win. Well, Waldichuk's still on the 60-day IL. I don't know if he comes back this year. If he does come back, it's going to be he's not going to be throwing at all probably until July at least. And then after that, I don't think Waldichuk's going to be in the big leagues this year. I would love him to. That's a great sign. I just don't think he is. That's one thing we do need is a leader. We don't have that's another thing, guys. We don't have a leader right now on the team. We really don't have a leader. We don't have one. We just need one of those a-hole players, one of those a-hole veterans that really just don't give an S, if you know what I mean. I don't know who that would be right now. I'd have to look at that. He's going to be the man, in a couple. It's not going to be this year for sure. No, I tell you where it's going to be. I think it's going to be, I think Muncy. So we have a lot of time with, I think potentially Muncy's going to have to go to third. So right now, Jay Souls, I think it's going to be Muncy. Here's your 3-player competition for your infield, right? Muncy, Geloff, and Brett Harris. That's your 3-man playoff. Actually, I wouldn't mind Mike Trout. I would not mind Mike Trout at all. You talk about a 3-time MVP that's been there and a veteran guy. I would love Mike Trout. What do you mean, Bamboo? As far as bring him up again, or? I think they're shopping Andahar now. Andahar is injury prone, but he is a proven hitter. He's up for free agency next year. I think they're shopping him now. You don't know what our payroll is going to go. I mean, so here's another thing, guys. As far as free agents and signing them, right? So look who we've spent all our money on. Where's the majority of our payroll has gone? It's gone to Jose Leclerc. How's he been? Exactly. Jeffrey Springs. How's he been? Exactly. You look at a guy like Devin Williams for the Yankees. How he's been? Exactly. There's so many free agents out there that aren't living up to what they're getting paid. I want free agents too, but I want the right signing. Like, for example, do you know one guy I really wanted that for somehow just slipped through the cracks? No one signed him, and the Padres got him. Jose Iglesias. How the hell did that guy slip through the cracks? Jose Iglesias is exactly what every team needs. And he costs nothing. I would, Jay Poo, initially when I saw that, I was about to say you're crazy. And then I thought about it, and maybe. Because closers are a dime a dozen, right? There's a lot of closers. Is he dominant? Is he awesome? Yeah, he is. But the value of a guy like Mason Miller is only how much your team wins. And how many extra wins are you really getting on a Mason Miller when you calculate it? Is he going to be that much better than Tyler Ferguson? Now, what I mean by that is, of course he is. But what are you going to get in return for a guy like Mason Miller, right? Because you're talking about a guy's stock that's through the roof. Are you going to get a top-of-the-guy starting pitcher for Mason Miller where your team's overall better? If you're going to get a top-of-the-guy starting rotation, in the starting rotation, I have to replace it. I have to put Tyler Ferguson or Grant Holman in the closer's role. I think my team's a lot better. Gotcha. I'm with you. Tommy White's 2-3 years out. He's not close. His numbers right now, he's gotten better, but what are his numbers right now? And he's with the Lansing Nuts. Where is he? I'll tell you what he's hitting, Tommy White. Tommy White is 18 games, 73 at-bats, 21 hits, 284, 1 bomb, 6 RBIs, 6 strikeouts, 803 OPS. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. But I think he's going to go through the process, right? He's going to spend this year at he's at high A. Next year he'll be in Midland. The following year he's going to be in AAA Vegas. I like Will Vest. I like that. Tommy Tanks is in high A Lansing right now. He's okay. He's 284. 284, 1 bomb, 6 RBIs, 10 walks. He's not playing really good defensively. Committed 5 errors so far this year. Tommy Tanks isn't doing the best. I think he's going to be great, but I think Tanks is going to go through your normal progression. He's not doing anything special where it's going to switch. He's going to skip a year. So he's in high A Lansing right now. Next year, he'll be in AA Midland. The following year, he'll be in AAA Vegas. So he's going to go through that normal progression. Yeah. White's not ready. White's is not going to. If you're thinking about the next few years, you're going to be looking at as far as playing third base with who we have in the organization right now. Right now, it's Brent Harris. If Brent Harris is hitting anywhere close to what he's hitting in AAA, he's hurt right now. Sprained thumb. I don't know how long he's going to be out. Could be a month. But right now, if he's hitting anywhere close to what he's hitting in AAA, if that's what he can do, he's an all-star. He's that good, man. Defensively, he's that good. Defensively, he's ridiculous. He's a highlight film defensively. The problem is he couldn't hit. When he got his shot last year, he's like 150, 160. He was bad. But this year, he's tearing it up, man. He's changed a lot of things. He's going gap to gap. He's hitting the ball hard. He's really good. Brett, the difference, I mean, Brent Harris and Tommy White is night and day. Night and day. Well, senior, he's not there. I mean, I don't know how you really. Is Tommy? No, Tommy White's 22. Tommy White's 22. Senior, he's 22. We don't even know if he can play third base, Gravity. I mean, the last time he played it was with the Yankees when he was in 2019. So we don't know if he can play it. Obviously, they've been feeding him ground balls. And I'm sure if he was smooth as can be in fielding those ground balls, he had shoulder surgery. That's what's kept him away from third. He would be playing it. So I don't know if he can play it. I hope he can. I do think we are a much better team with Andahar at third, but I don't think Andahar can make half the plays Urshela's making. Urshela's playing a real good defensive third base for us right now. That's the thing. I mean, we just need Urshela. I mean, Urshela's hitting right now on the year. Excuse me. Urshela is hitting 233. If Urshela's around 233, I'm fine. Yeah, I've been saying that a long time, some Ferrari. I've been saying Andahar can't play third, but the only question I have with regard to that is the rumors going around that he's been taking ground balls at third base. And that's the reason I've been addressing it lately. So I've been saying the same exact thing since the beginning of the offseason. I don't think he can play third, but again, I've been hearing he's been taking ground balls. So the best lineup in the AL, you know who I thought was the best lineup, but they haven't hit. And now with Seager out, the lineup I was really scared about was Texas. Texas is playing opposite than I thought. Their pitching's ridiculous, but they're not hitting. But again, Seager's out. So I thought it was Texas. The American League is down, man. Really, really down. Neither of them can play outfield. Neither of them. They're both bad. They both take horrible routes. They don't track anything down. It is painful. All three outfielders. But this isn't anything new. It was like that last year too. This isn't anything new, Gravity. We were bad. We were one of the worst teams in baseball defensively last year. And our outfield's been bad too. I mean, our best outfielder last year was Daz Cameron. It's just... What are you going to do? Sit Bleday? You going to sit Bleday? Come on. For a defense, I mean, Butler's nothing great defensively. That outfield, Sodi hasn't freaking made a play in the outfield since he was at Old Turtle Rock High School. I don't know if he made one then. You got to remember, I mean, Soderstrom got drafted as a catcher. So I'm up for whatever lineup it is, but defense matters. We've won the last 2 games, last night and tonight, based on defensive miscues. Defense matters, guys. Defense matters. So we can't just stick somebody out there and say, hey, go play defense there. But a day off, okay. So you're talking about tomorrow, maybe? I mean, we can't use that lineup on the regular, is my point. Yeah, I don't know. Defense is always a concern. But my big thing more than the defense is just kind of throwing the ball around, right? Like we saw in Chicago, in Milwaukee, the non-communication. Yes. 1,000% right, but he can't hit a lick right now. I mean, he's not bad in Vegas. He's been hurt. He just came back from the IL. I don't know what he did tonight, but coming into the game, 270, 11 strikeouts and 37 at-bats, which isn't good. No. Well, Denzel, we need both, though. We can't sacrifice our lineup. So our best defender in the whole system in our organization's Denzel Clark. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw the game when the A's played the Diamondbacks in spring training. It was in Vegas, and Denzel made that play in center field, robbing a home run. It was pretty remarkable. Drew Avens is pretty good. We don't have a whole lot in the outfield. We just don't. I don't think we can afford to replace anybody we have in the outfield right now, though, either. If we're going to trade Butler, which I've suggested, we got to get a lot for him. We got to get a ton for him. So, and again, I'm just kind of talking out of my tail on trading Butler. But yeah, if the right package is there concerning Butler's kind of, and I could be overreacting on it. Hey, listen, Butler is what, 24 years old? Is that what he is? Johnny, what is he? Let me see how old. Lawrence Butler is 24 years old. No question. He needs to grow up. But hey, I'm 50 years old. I need to grow up. So who am I to talk? I think Seattle. One in the Seattle series. I'm planning on. I still come from a ways away, right? So I went, it's still with traffic during the week, it's still a little over a 2.5, 3 hour drive. It's a grind. And traffic on the way home. No, I'm in San Mateo. So if I want to go during a week game, it's like 3 hour drive with traffic. And then, yeah, thanks. Yeah. RD, that's a great comparison, man. That is a great comparison. Good call. Yeah, he reminds me a little bit, or a BJ Upton, but BJ Upton was a freak defensively. Different, similar players, but same type of attitude deal. Yeah. The defense really hasn't. I wouldn't say defense has cost us any games yet, right? It's hurt us, but it hasn't cost us yet. It hasn't cost us like it cost Texas yesterday, and it cost Chicago tonight. For Oakland fans, is Sacramento much farther away than San Jose would have been? Yeah, it's about an hour more as far as a drive, about another hour. It's different though. So like, here's the difference though. If you're going, no traffic, yeah, it's about an hour either way, no matter how you twist it. No way, senior. Oakland is, yeah, no, an hour? No. I don't know how fast you drive. Oakland to Sac in an hour? I haven't seen that. Oakland to Davis? I mean, I think the fastest you can get to Sac, like hour and a half, maybe? You're like, yeah, all right. Okay, I believe you. I haven't made that drive from there. All I know from San Mateo to Sacramento on a Tuesday afternoon is 3 hours. Davis. Okay. All right. Big difference. Thank you. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. That's about an hour drive, isn't it, Gravity? I think I would make probably 3 trips out there and go for a 3-game set each time. So I'd go to all the games. So like maybe a Tuesday through Thursday type deal, or a homestand, or whatever it may be. So I would say like maybe like 12 games. 12 games, something like that. Still a hike. You still got to do the whole airport thing and all that stuff. So Sacramento, yeah. For sure. But yeah, I'm real excited about Vegas. This year's been painful. This year's been hard, man. The only thing that can really solve this year and all the negativity is winning. We got to keep winning. 105 start tomorrow, though, guys. 105. Keep that in mind. 105 start. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. As far as Fisher, are you talking about that, senior? As far as that goes, I mean, Fisher has the money. There's no question. That's simple. So they got the money for obviously they got the money from the state and the loan, right? Which adds up to about $550 million, and then Fisher has to come up with what, $1.2 billion? Is that the math you got? So Fisher has that $1.2 billion. I tell you what was crazy though. So I initially didn't think Vegas was going to happen because this is a while ago. I knew how Fisher was going to fund the stadium. I didn't think he had enough in equity to borrow against any of his portfolio and that sort of thing. So I initially said no. The day after I say no, his family gets involved, and the U.S. Bank and Goldman Sachs. So I was kind of right because I don't think he could have done it without this family getting involved. What does MLB do? What does MLB? I think you got to keep it in Sacramento. You have to. You just have to. I think it's way worse if they go somewhere else. I heard that. That's good. You know what's crazy though? Here, if you guys want to see something interesting, hang on real tight. I'll even do this. Here's and I understand it's early, but here's your wild card standings. Let's go through the standings real quick. The division. Good news, we're no longer in last, and we are two back. It's tight. Rangers 1 up on Seattle, 1.5. Here's the wild card standings, though. Wild card standings is the A's are half game back of a wild card, and Tampa Bay's 1.5. Wild card's going to get in with something like an 80 record, 82 and 80, 81 and 81. We just got to stay around 500. No, I understand that. It is done. I have no question about it. My point is I initially did not think it was going to happen. A day before we heard that the U.S. Bank and Goldman Sachs and the rest of his family got involved. So that's what I was kind of getting at. And then once we heard U.S. Bank and Goldman Sachs and his family was getting all involved, yeah, it was a done deal. That was simple, slam dunk, no question. It's never too early to talk playoffs, Bamboo. It's the best thing ever. It's always fun to talk playoffs. We're half a game out of a wild card spot right now, right? Let me have my fun. So anyway, guys, 105 start. Let's get them tomorrow, huh? Big game, big game. Take care, and thanks for coming.